15 metros de su aeronave.
How do you know that these were not our aircraft?
These objects were staying completely stationary in Category 4 hurricane winds. These same objects would then accelerate to supersonic speeds, 1.1, 1.2 Mach, and they would do so in very erratic and quick behaviors that I don't have an explanation for.
El siguiente testigo es David Fravor, un piloto naval y excomandante de un escuadrón de cazas F-18, que afirmó haber visto en noviembre del 2004 un objeto volador no identificado mientras pilotaba su avión de guerra sobre el Océano Pacífico. Este ovni medía unos 12 metros de largo y tenía una forma larga y redondeada en las puntas, muy parecido a las pastillas de la marca Tic Tac.
All four of us, because we were in F-18Fs, so we had pilots and Wizzo in the back seat, looked down saw a white Tic Tac object with a longitudinal axis pointing north-south and moving very abruptly over the water like a ping pong ball. There were no rotors, no rotor wash, or any sign of visible control surfaces like wings. As we started clockwise towards the object, my Wizzo and I decided to go down and take a closer look with the other aircraft staying in high cover to observe both us and the Tic Tac. We proceeded around the circle about 90 degrees from the start of our descent, and the object suddenly shifted its longitudinal axis, aligned it with my aircraft, and began to climb.
Y por último, tenemos a David Grush, un exmilitar y oficial de inteligencia que formó parte de la oficina del Pentágono que investigó el fenómeno ovni en los últimos años, y cuyo testimonio fue quizá el más impactante de todos al confirmar que su país posee naves de origen no terrestre y cuerpos de seres biológicos no humanos desde la década de 1930. Es decir, el hombre de inteligencia afirmó que los Estados Unidos oculta, en el más absoluto secreto, los restos de naves extraterrestres y cuerpos de seres alienígenas.
If you believe we have crashed craft, stated earlier, do we have the bodies of the pilots who piloted this craft?
As I've stated publicly already in my News Nation interview, biologics came with some of these recoveries, yeah.
Were they, I guess, human or non-human biologics?
Non-human, and that was the assessment of people with direct knowledge on the program I talked to that are currently still on the program.
And was this documentary evidence, this video, photos, eyewitness? Like, how would that be determined?
The specific documentation I would have to talk to you in a skiff about.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. So, and you may or may not be able to answer my last question, and maybe we get into a skiff at the next hearing that we have, but who in the government, either what agency, sub-agency, what contractors, who should be called into the next hearing about UAPs, either in a public setting or even in a private setting? And you probably can't name names, but what agencies or organizations, contractors, et cetera, do we need to call in to get these questions answered, whether it's about funding, what programs are happening, and what's out there?
I can give you a specific cooperative and hostile witness list of specific individuals that were in those.
And how soon can we get that list?
I'm happy to provide that to you after the hearing.
Super, thank you, and I yield back.
Además, reveló la existencia de un programa especial, también secreto, dedicado a la recuperación de estas naves y sus tripulantes, y mencionó que algunos sectores del gobierno junto con empresas privadas estarían aprovechando la posesión de estos artefactos para realizar experimentos y desarrollar una nueva tecnología militar, aplicando lo que se conoce como ingeniería inversa. Es decir, buscar entender este tipo de tecnología y su funcionamiento a través del estudio y análisis de los restos de estas naves. Por último, mencionó tener conocimiento que muchas personas han sufrido accidentes y han resultado heridas al tener contacto con estos artefactos alienígenas, mientras que otras han sido amenazadas por personas que pertenecen al gobierno. Tanto es así que el propio Grush confesó que teme por su vida.
You had said that there has been harmful activity or aggressive activity. Has any of the activity been aggressive, been hostile in your reports?
I know of multiple colleagues of mine that got physically injured, and the activity. And I got
by UAPs or by people within the federal government.
Both.
Okay, yeah. So there has been activity by alien or non-human technology and or beings that has caused harm to humans.
I can't get into the specifics in an open environment, but at least the activity that I personally witnessed, and I have to be very careful here because they tell you never to acknowledge tradecraft, right? So what I personally witnessed myself and my wife was very disturbing.